my name is Nikki and I'm a longtime attender and member of Waipuna, even from like youth group days back in the day. And I have been serving as a teacher with the third through fifth grade kids at Sunday school now for, well, maybe a little over a year. And I just want to share a little bit of how I ended up doing that and what led me to that. So it's kind of funny because teaching was something I never ever wanted to do. I remember as a small kid, my mom used to always say, "Oh my gosh, you'd be such a great teacher. You're always lining up your stuffed animals. You're like going to, you're making a school for them." I loved going to school, but there was something in me, I would say a seed of pride from a young age where I was like, teachers, they're not cool. They're not interesting. I wanted to be impressive from a very young age. I remember I just wanted to be impressive. And so I kind of just stuffed that dream. I was like, I'm going to do big things. I'm going to be an architect, or I'm going to be, a world traveler. And I don't even know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be a diplomat. Who knows, right? Something impressive. And I ended up going to a university on the mainland, on the East Coast. And I remember I was getting ready to graduate. And I had this opportunity to go abroad to China. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I love traveling. Um, the position, however, was to go and teach. And it was a ministry actually, and they had an opportunity for me to spend a year teaching English in China as a form of like tent building, so like ministry through work. And so I was like, well, whatever, it gets me to China. That could be fun. And so I go, and I remember God really used that time to refine in me his plans that he had made for me. And I had spent so much of my life rebelling against his idea of what, the gifts he had instilled in me and of teaching and the love really that was in there of teaching. And it took him bringing me to China and spending a year in that environment to really realize, oh my gosh, I love teaching. And it's not just for the kids, it's actually for me. God had given me this gift of teaching and to use your gifts and to be faithful to them, even if they seem like, that's not cool or that's not what I want to do. When we are walking in God's will for us and we are using our gifts, then he rewards us abundantly in our heart, in our satisfaction, in just so many ways where you're like, wow, I'm doing good work for others, but I feel so good. Like God has blessed me in abundance. A few years later, I was asked to serve in ministry here. And I said, you know what, let's go for it. And I have to say, like, God has really blessed me through that ministry of just being with these kids, forming these relationships. One of the gifts of teaching is it's a gift for the future. And it seems cliche, but really they are the future of these kids. And so to get to be part of that investment is so huge. And I just felt really honored and God is good. He's faithful and he wants to grow us and he wants us to grow others. So